Last night, you almost gave up. Nobody saw it. Nobody knew how close you were to breaking. And in the darkness of your room, with your mind racing, and that heaviness sitting quietly in your chest, you asked God for a sign. Just one sign. Something to tell you that you're not alone. Something to tell you that your life isn't falling apart for no reason. And then, somehow, you ended up here. That's not coincidence. Because the truth is, God has been trying to reach you for a long time. But you keep confusing fear with waiting. You say you're waiting on God, but deep down, you already know what needs to happen. You know what's hurting you. You know what's draining your spirit. You know what you need to walk away from. But letting go feels terrifying because staying stuck is painful. It's somehow familiar. And here's what nobody talks about. People don't stay in painful situations because they're weak. They stay because pain, over time, becomes predictable. And the human mind will almost always choose predictable pain over unpredictable peace. You know exactly how today is going to hurt, but you don't know what tomorrow looks like if you finally let go. And that uncertainty, that unknown, can feel more frightening than the suffering you already know. So you stay. Not because you want to, but because unfamiliar freedom feels more dangerous than familiar pain. That's not weakness. That's just how deeply fear has learned to speak your language. But listen carefully. God did not send this message to shame you. He sent it because He heard you last night. He saw the tears. He felt the anxiety. He watched you fight battles in your mind that nobody else even knows about. And despite everything, He still chose not to give up on you. That's why you're hearing this right now. Because heaven is trying to wake you up. And before hesitation steals another year of your life, you keep asking for clarity while ignoring the truth is already resting in your spirit. You keep asking God to open doors, or refusing to leave the room you've already outgrown. And the longer you stay there, the heavier your soul becomes. But this is the moment things can change. Not tomorrow, not someday, now. Because faith is not about having all the answers. Faith is taking one step, even while your hands are shaking. Peter didn't walk on water because he understood the miracle. He walked on water because he was willing to leave the boat. And now, it's your turn. To leave the fear, to leave the excuses, to leave the version of yourself that keeps settling for less than what God called you to become. You asked for a sign. This is it. So now the only question left is, will you keep waiting, or will you finally trust God enough to move? And if you're choosing faith over fear today, type, "I'm moving, Lord."